right, so there's a lot of questions out there in the world today, and most of them are like, on Erlc, how do I make a staff application like this? Like here's a co-owner thing and a co-owner position, whatever. How do I make it like the professionals do? How do I make it to look really good like this, right? And so today I'm going to teach you. And so we're going to dive right into it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open up your Google, your Safari, whatever it is you're working off of, and you want to type in Google Form Maker. Okay? And so say the first one right here is at the top, right? This is the one you want to use. You want to use that one. You want to use one that says online form builder, right? All of these others are just no, do not use them, right? They won't give you what you need. But anyways, you want to click on this one right here, okay? And upon clicking on it, you'll hit sign in, and should automatically do that with you to your actual email. So for the safety purposes of my security, okay. So now that I am in here, right? Let's say I want to make this. Let's say I want to do anything, right? So I could type in mod app like application, right? And so now there it is. Now it's up here. I could bold this. I can italicize it, underline it, whatever, right? Yada, yada, yada. Give it a description, right? And I would bold and italicize this. And I would lock my uppers like for mod only must score score 80% or better, right? And then you would just like start with like your first question, like, and it would be like something like, hey, what is RDM, right? And so you can come here and you can click on your paragraph, right? Where it says paragraph, right? That's where you generally pick out everything, right? And so for this, I'll select multiple choice, and we'll say none. We'll just say go vehicle deathmatch, yeah. We'll go. Oh, let's see. Leaving. Or just like we'll do the actual thing, which is random deathmatch. Okay, so on each one of these, right, you can apply a picture to each one, as you can see right here, and you just pull from all the way up there and everything else like that, right? You can apply a picture right here, so you can apply a picture there, you can apply a picture, icon will pop up here. And what you want to do is, if you're making this as good as you say you want to make it, you'll hit required. So tap required. So now they have no choice but to answer this question. So at the top here, where you have all of these different options, click on settings, right? So settings right here. You want to click on that one. And you want to click on this right here. Make this a quiz. All right. So you can either have them have this, right? You can either do this, where they see their score. I'm going to switch to red. You can see their score there. Or, let's see, that might be too big. Yeah. So there you go with that one. And 75. Or you can do it to later. If you're doing the ABCDs like this, A is none, B is vehicle deathmatch, C is leaving, and D is random deathmatch, right? you could set it to immediately after each submission. If you have something that you are requiring them to type, change it to later after you manually review it because you want to see what they are doing, right? And so the rest of this I really haven't messed with, but missed questions, respondents can see which questions they were answered correctly and incorrectly. So that is a true thing. So when they get their test back, when you send them their test back, and I'll explain the rest of this later, uh, the respondents seeing what questions they answered incorrectly, they will actually be able to see like, hey, okay, well I didn't do so good on this one, yada yada yada, whatever, right? And the correct answer is the same thing, right? The point values, right? Default point values, right? You can make it 50. You could make this 100. Typical test stick around 5 or 10 points per question. Responses, collect email addresses required to release grades manually. Respondents will be required to sign into Google. So what this means is before they have to answer the question, they will have to do their email. I hit verified. I always keep it on that. Send them a copy of their response. I keep it off. Allow response editing. So after they submit it, they can go back and edit it, and nobody likes that, right? It's not real enough, right? It's kind of like taking a test in school, right? After you submit, you cannot go back and re-edit, right? Limit to one response. Okay. I probably should have done this with my co-owner ones for Virginia State roleplay, but uh, limit to one response. Yeah, that just means like, hey, they have to now sign in and they can only do this one time. Taking a look at presentations, the progress bar. So every time they answer a question, there would be either a blue, red, whatever color bar at the bottom or at the top of the screen that will slide manually on its own, automatically on its own, through question by question, meaning that after they answer a question and they move on to the next question and they answer that one, that blue bar is tracking their progress, showing them where they are. To keep things realistic, I don't keep that on, and that's just because it's not. I don't want you to focus on where you're at in the test. I want you to focus on the test yourself, right? Shuffle question order, right? So that means if you have multiple A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever answers, and you have multiple questions that follow the A, B, C, D guideline, you can shuffle the order of the question. Even if it's like texting, you can still shuffle the question of the order of the questions, and they will change automatically each time the person goes to take it. So that's what that is. Confirm message. I haven't really looked into that. And show link to submit another response. Yeah, that's typically what I like to keep on it. I haven't looked at the view summary, like share result summaries with respondents. So I think I might actually start turning that on because some people might need to see what I have going for them, right? And they need to see like what we got, like what they need to do better at, right? Autosaves is like that's a restriction. So that's what that does. Form defaults, collect by email address. This is you. This is about you, right? Personally, I wouldn't. That's why I put mine to do not collect. And then we could just like go ahead and make this entire thing required by default because that's what it is, right? And so now that we're done with that, let's say we need to go back to our questions. So at the top there, we went from settings, went from here to here. Okay? Down here, that little box right there is the key to everything. Click that box, and you see how it says, okay, all of that right there. you want to click the answer. So the answer here is random deathmatch, and you can select as many answers and deselect all the answers that you need, right? Use the answer, right? So let's say done, and that's what that does, okay? So now, here's what we're gonna talk about next. Is this bottom area right down here that is boxed in, okay? So let's start with this plus. This plus right here is how you add and is just how you add a question, right? You can add, right? You see, question after question, clicking on these little things, whatever. Do that. We'll remove the questions. Okay. We're yet to figure out. Wait for that item deleted at the bottom of my screen to go away. Okay. Yeah, that's something else. Just a title. So that's where we remove it. Okay, wait for this thing to go away. Thank you. You got your image. You can upload videos. Right here is like sections. So as we talked about, there's the image. Here's the videos. And here is the section. So when you do a section on a test, you typically there you go. It's like page 2, right? Page 3, page 4, right? So forth and so forth. Okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and just go in and delete all these because it's not needed, right? And let's say, except for number 2. Let's say number 2, we want to bold it and we want to put let's say okay, driving for example as a moderator, right? Then we come down here and we hit this plus right here, and that allows us to add a question in, and so forth and so forth. And so driving, what is the speed limit on the highway? And so this is where you could go short answer, right? And so all they have to do is enter it in, right? So coming down here, when you click on that little box, right, you can add correct answers. So you could click 55, you go 50. If I have, I think I spelled that right. You can go. That's the same answer, so instead, we'll change it. Right, but you can have all these different answers, right? But most of the time, people are going to type in 1, and we'll just hit done, okay? So this is the correct answer. All right, so now, how do you get this published to your page? And that is a good question. So up at the very top of your screen, you should see this little paperclip looking guy. It looks kind of like a link. It's like a chain, a link, whatever, right? You're going to click on that. You're going to click on publish. And it's just okay, it's informing you, okay, you can publish this, but anybody with the link can manage this, right? And this is boom, whatever, right? Anybody with the link can manage this. So if I click publish, you want to click on that link again, shorten the URL, click on it, copy it, and let's say I want to go to my Discord server, so I'll go over here to my Discord, and let's see, I'll throw this in on one of my co-owners on my co-owner of Virginia State Roleplay, the owner of NYCRP. And if I do this, yada yada yada, right? Let's inform you don't need. Okay, so now we can go in, click on it, right? And so you see where it says recording my email right there, right? What is RDM? Random deathmatch. The next over here, speed limit on the highway, 55, right? Submit the form. And now that the form is submitted, you can go back on Google. So we go back here and we go to Google Form Maker, go to the online build. You want to sign in. And so I do have a backup email address. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this, okay? Sign into your account. And you want to scroll down so you can see that I made a lot of mod applications. Click on the three dots right here. If you're on, this is for mobile. I can't really tell you anything much about PC, but this is for mobile. I should mention that now. And you see where it says responses, and now we have one response. Well, on that one, you're going to click out of these three things right here. You are going to click this one, individual. Okay. And there it goes. There's my email up there at the top saying who completed this. And it shows, okay, what is RDM. Now let's say if I got that wrong, or if this was a question for like typing. Let's say if I just didn't get this one right, but like I could like go in here. I can change the point value from 2, hit save, right? And now I got it wrong, right? And it would be like 12 out of 20 points. And so you see their point value is right here, beside their release score. This is their title. This is who they are. And yada, 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 right? But all in reality, you could actually up it, right? And now they have 65 out of 20. But keeping it real, save it to there. You can release the score back to them, send them their email, and they can go check their email now and look at that, right? So there's my email notification. I'm going to go check it. All right, so when I go to my email, I would scroll over here, click on email, look at that. View application, and it shows me what I've scored on it, right? So on the driving part, I scored a 10 out of 10. I scored a 10 out of 10 on the RDM part. So there you go. That is how you make a Google form. That's how you make one accurately. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I don't need it. But that's how you make one accurately for your Discord server for Erlc and all these other things for all these applications. I do recommend, I will drop my Discord link down in the description below, that if you want to learn more about this, I'll drop this down and you can get in contact with me through my server, and we can get on like one of these VC calls or whatever and figure out from there. But if you have any questions about this stuff, feel free to ask. If you want me to make more videos that are more educational purpose types of things, feel free to ask, because I mean there are several people out there. That was the breakdown of what people on Erlc do. And if you're like over here, you sit there and say, hey, well, it takes teachers hours to do this, or it takes teachers whatever to do that. That's because they use some sort of other thing. It's not just the one guy who I may be secretly calling out here, but it's other people who say that, and it's teachers genuinely use something else, right? They have to. If you're familiar with Canvas, that's what they use to upload it, and so that's just that. So now that's that, and another thing I recommend is you get a form editor downloaded onto your phone, right? So this will show you everything. So now I'm gonna go in here. I'm just gonna delete this because it's not needed anymore. Okay, I'll refresh the screen. It should not appear. Whatever, it's still here for some weird reason. Anyways, so that's gonna do it for today, guys. I really appreciate you watching the video. If you did, like I said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me, my Discord server. I'll go ahead and copy the link for you. It's not supposed to expire ever, but there's a link. And yeah, I appreciate y'all guys watching. Thank you so much. Have a good day.